Welcome everyone to Chessmas TV, episode 310. Today is November 19th, 2016. Once again, we're playing something that's never been done on the planet. I'm calling it Drunken Queen Chess for lack of a better name, and I must admit there must be a better name somewhere. The idea is as follows. A queen can only move like a rook. Wow, cool variant, Chess Whiz. I just can't believe you thought of that. Well, I didn't think of it. It was a comment from a viewer, but hold on a moment. You can move like a rook, but you cannot capture like a rook. So you can only move like a rook if the destination square is empty. If you want to make a capture, then you can only move like a bishop. So that's going to be confusing. Unfortunately, the rules of chess are going to restrict that when it comes to checks, because when you check straight or diagonal or whatever it is, you're going to have to get out of check. So one more asterisk rule just for this website is you have to get out of check. So I'm sorry about that, but we'll make the best of a bad situation. Let's find an opponent right now and try it out. Play with a friend, 1-4, perfect, standard, go, go. So I'm going to grab this. Oh, I probably should make it casual, but I'm going to make it rated because I'm a fiend. Let's throw that in the chat right there. So we've got somebody who's watching live right now, and they are going to get into this game with me. It's going to be great. Coming right up. How you doing today? Feels like morning to me. Got a challenge from Big Monster, but I'm not going to accept it because it's atomic, and I don't think that Drunken Queen atomic would work too well, so let's just play this way. So, Queen may only move straight, but not capture straight. See how this works. I hope you're paying attention. Relock. There is a chance that relock, notepad please, is not aware of the rules, so let's just make sure we've typed them into the box and make sure he agrees. He might just think we're playing chess. This has happened to me before, and it's very painful. So type these again. Queen only moves like rook. I'm very bad with English. I'm better with C#. So we're just gonna make the best we can of a bad situation here. Why did I play b6? That move doesn't make any sense. But only captures like bishop. Let's just put that in the chat here. Do you understand? Question mark. What are we doing? Okay, I'll take this pawn. And then I will move some things like I wanna play this actually. So I will. It's totally legal to make such a move. Let's see. Hello, Ans Jovis. I'm so glad you're joining us today. I am actually so glad. You would think when I say I'm so glad, it's just like, a casual statement of a fact you could make so that someone doesn't feel like you're ignoring them. But no, my gladness quotient has actually inverted from 1/6 to 6/1. It is now 600% likely that I'm glad. So now you really made a difference, Ans Jovis, and you've improved my life. Thank you so much for joining. Against this move, I have no choice but bishop e7. He does not say he understands, so I need to send him some more punctuation. Hopefully he will respond to that. There's a possibility that he's playing on his mobile phone or something and he has no concept of what's going on, in which case we're going to go with it because we're chess whiz, at least I am. So we really have no choice but to make the best of a bad situation. So, oh, my queen captured diagonally. I need to be paying attention here. So my queen captured diagonally, that's totally legal. So far, so good. The problem is he might not be playing by this rule. So I'm going to play by the rule, and maybe it will just be a gigantic handicap. So my queen's been capturing diagonally twice, totally legal. And now the hard part comes. All right, I can still capture this way. But when he takes me like this, I want to get the queens off the board. Let me tell you, man, if he's not playing by these rules, queens need to come off. I have no idea if he is or not. This is quite an exciting moment in my life. My knight is under attack. I guess I better save my knight. I guess there's nothing I can do but save my knight. This square is okay. I don't like, after this capture, I have this pawn here that's, it's called isolated because it doesn't have any friends. Queen can capture diagonally. I'm really hoping he just cheats here so that I can take the queens off. But I don't think he'll cheat, unfortunately. You can't capture that way, but I would like him to. So that I can, turn this back into a chess game so I can beat him. But he's not, so this is once again a nebulous position, which by the way means it's a position from outer space. When you look out in outer space and you see a bunch of nebula, you should just think of this position. Ooh, cool move. I don't see nebula when I look in outer space. That would be really weird. You want to know what I see? Clouds. It's so cool. I look in outer space and I see clouds. It's exciting. Oh, you're just going to run out of time, Relock. Well, I don't mind that at all either, because I don't trust that you're playing by the rules. I trust you so little that I'm actually glad if you lose in some inane fashion. By the way, if you want to sound cool, you just think of any time you would say insane, and you drop the S, and it increases the cool quotient by like 36 times. Approximately. That's the approximate incretion factor. Incretion is not quite a word, but it's like a word because it has letters similar to words. I'm not allowed to take that because it's not diagonal, so I'll just keep playing. Ah, the queens are off the board. We're playing chess. This is both exciting and boring at the same time. And the position's pretty boring too. Gadzinsko wants to know the rules. Can you read them in the stream, like right there? I hope you can see them. I have 4 seconds. So let's just play the king. I mean, it's an endgame now, right? You use your king in the endgame. That's right. I was saying something important. Yeah, in order to seem cool, take the S out of insane. Suddenly they're like, wow, that guy's sophisticated. Sophisticated. What did he do? Resign? This makes no sense. Am I getting trolled? Why did he resign this position? Did he say, oh no, I trade queens. I hate trading queens. I give up. Or maybe his toast popped. He's like, oh, I gotta go eat breakfast. Good game. I don't get it. If you see something I don't, let me know. I've got a challenge coming in from Big Monster. Let's see if he's going to play by the rules before we start. So let's put them in the chat here. Do you agree to these rules? Big Monster. He's typed good luck, so I'm hoping he reads this. Come on, Big Monster. He says okay, so that's very, very, very clever of him, because I can't really tell if he acknowledges or not, but I have to play my move anyway, just trusting that he does. But he could actually be a Russian hacker, and because they say okay in response to everything. I mean, I could say, my ISP has disconnected me, and he'll send okay. It won't even arrive because I've lost internet access, but he'll still send it. It means, like, it means everything. I mean, I challenge you to think of a single thing that it doesn't mean. For example, my mom dies of cancer. I'm like, hey, my mom died. And he'll just say, okay, which means, yes, I'm so sorry that your mom died of cancer. Russian hackers are like that. You know why? Because they're always in a hurry. They only have time to type those 2 letters. Fine, I have to explain it to you. They're in a hurry because they're Russian. Russian, get it? Like they're in a hurry? Never mind. Psh, you're so annoying. And by that I mean you're great. Thank you for watching. I love having you today. My pleasure is increasing rapidly at the knowledge of your presence. Okay, that didn't sound quite right. So, looking at the chess here, we've got some chess pieces. This is interesting. I see chess pieces on this board. He can't capture with his queen because of the Big Monster rule, so we're going to have to propose a take back there. You chat, which is a fancy way of saying cheater. Russian hackers do that sometimes. Okay, so let's see if he can find a legal move on this chessboard. He does not. So let's see what language he's from. He's from the language of English. Do you understand? And let's send him some of these. Maybe he's just so confused. He's like, he won't let me take with my queen. Well, I'll try this move. I'll see if he allows it. He says he forgot. Okay, great. He forgot. That's believable. You know, that's a great alibi for any situation. I mean, if somebody says, why did you not take out the trash again? There's like more trash in this house than actual house. And the answer is, I forgot. I know I had to wade through it to get out the door, but hey, I forgot. Totally legitimate reason. So try it. Try it at home. Or take the trash out. I actually recommend that, but oh well. Second best option is just forget when you didn't forget. So I can't play this capture, but I could play here. And that's exciting to me because I'm a nerd. And chess pieces moving around on a chessboard, they just really increase my heart rate. I'm like, ooh, this is exciting. It's actually kind of birth defect, but we'll forget about that for now. So I'm getting a question that says, was his house on fire? Does that happen more frequently? Is his house on fire? No, actually, there was someone in my house who was cooking the kitchen. Like, you're supposed to cook in the kitchen, but they got it mixed up, and they just cooked the kitchen. And so I rewound that action, and I opened the window, and that actually extinguished the kitchen. So it wasn't that serious, actually, but thank you for your concern. There was an episode recently when the kitchen was being cooked. Another question we have in chat is, I think check is not capture. Yeah, we got to live with that. Sorry about that. So I don't want to take that because the bishop here, really powerful pin, right? And the rook is just discovering that pin. It's just bad, so we won't do that. I would rather. He proposes a take back. Okay, but add me time, and that's a legal move. You can queen d7. It's not a capture. Let's paste the rules in there. Oh, my time. Play this move. Pretty dangerous. He added me time. Well, that's very generous. Some big monsters are generous. For example, Big Monster 3. He's the third in a long line of big monsters. You might think that the big monsters are not in a line, but I checked. And they're all in a line, so he's in a long line of big monsters. Trust me. Trust me is part of the quote today. If you did not catch today's quote and you're watching live, you're going to have to wait till the end of the episode. But if you're on YouTube, you can actually rewind to the beginning of the video and you can see the quote there for like 300 milliseconds. So then you should just pause the video, read the quote, and then be like, why am I even here? And then you can go do something else. You don't have to continue watching the video. That's fine too. I think this move is so good. So good. There's like 3 levels of good, and so is the highest level. C3, F3. I wish I had more 3s. Like Big Monster 3. What about that move? Yo, pretty good. Oh, how good? So good. So now I'm ahead by a knight. That was an exciting sequence. He says GG. He better not resign. This is going to be the most anticlimactic. GG, I lost. The most anticlimactic chess game. Second only to last chess game when we played 30 moves and just resigned in a drawn position. So I've moved here, which looks like I'm hanging my queen, but according to the rules, he can't take it. I'm going to give him some time. I mean, this is just stupid. I'm going to trade my queen for a rook. I think it's stupid, but at least it injects some incitement into the position. So now we're inside it again. I'm obeying the rules of check and chess. He's going to check me so I can take him for free? No, he's not. So his queen can only move like a rook. So we're going to find out just how bad queens are here, because his queen against rook. I can't play here because he would take me. But I could play here. Okay. What does Gadzinsko say here? FIDE rules. Gadzinsko, you are complaining. You're a complainer. You know, there's a fine line between complaining and being a complainer. Always. He can't take straight, by the way. For you guys just tuning in and you're like, what in the world's going on? Don't worry. He can't do this. It's illegal. We agreed. So trust me. It's safe. Just trust me. Complaining. Very, very dangerous activity. Because you could be like, one day you're like, I'm complaining. This is great because life is awful. And then the next day, suddenly you realize you've subtly transitioned over that line. Oh, he's guarding his pawn. I'm not amazed. From complaining to complainer, that is an awful transition, because once you're a complainer, your complaining has no power. I mean, you might as well be docking to a wall, because your complaining is completely disregarded by sane people, which is like multiple people. There's like 4 people on the earth that are sane, so that's a lot. Oh, he's going to take that if I could do that, so let's do that. Oh, no. Oh, he's going to... Ooh, wow. Never mind. Just play some more moves. He does have like amazing checks here, so I'm going to move my king up here. By the way, amazing checks, by that I mean amazing breakfast cereal. Because once you're a complainer and people know it, you can't do that, cheater. Ooh, chat. That's today's theme. Then your complaining has no weight, because instead of hearing the complaints of a person, they only hear the complaints of a complainer, they're just insta-disregarded. It's so sad. So don't be a complainer. Big Monster is losing. Should I make a rook? I should promote to a rook, shouldn't I? Your queen is trapped. It can't move diagonally. It can't capture straight, so it has to run away, but my rook can catch that. Oh, you can't do that. I was like, whoa, brilliant move. Oh, it's cheating. Ooh, chat again. I'll run him out of time. Oh, no, I didn't run out of time. Okay, so I'm going to promote. Oops, auto-promote to queen. It means we're going to spend another 10 minutes staring at this chessboard. I should have run him out of time. Obviously, I win this game. Let's play again with someone else. There's a challenge coming in. It's from Ans Jovis. Let's do this, Ans! Ans, is that your Dutch name? I think it is. The fact that I can check you by breaking the rules just makes me pleased. Like, I could take this, you can't recapture because the website won't allow it. It's a great power of queens is to cheat. In fact, I'm just going to take advantage of cheating. Oh, the queen takes rook was cheating. Man. So, checkmate, even though I can't capture your king. I don't care. I just want to checkmate you and go play with somebody else. Anstrovis. Can we play again, says Big Monster. Well, Anstrovis did cancel his challenge. He canceled it. Oh, it's back. I would love to play you again, but we only have time for 1 or 2 more games, so I'm sorry, not right now. Big Monster, you're my biggest fan. At least my monstrous fan. Monsteriest. You're my most monster fan, so I think you're great. I'm sorry we can't play again right now, but I do want to give Ansjovis 86 a chance to play as well. So we're going to do that right now. It's tough to choose sometimes. When you have to choose between 2 viewers and you're like, this makes me so sad. Subtle way to get your nose blown on TV. This makes me so sad. I have to decline one of these challenges. Usually what I do is just play both, but I've learned what happens then is I lose both. And there's a fine line between losing and being a loser. You really have to watch that. Right. Actually, there's any activity between like doing that activity and becoming a person whose identity is doing that activity. It's really a subtle distinction, and it's easy to fall into that trap. Like one day I was programming on my computer, making a program, and the next day I was a computer programmer. Just like that. And now I make millions of dollars programming computers. That's why I play chess on the internet, because I'm so rich. I don't even know how to continue, but the fact is I don't make millions of dollars. But I am a programmer. I can use semicolons. They're great. My queen's guarding my knight because it can capture diagonally. Let's put the rules in here for anyone confused. Yeah, if you send me some C#, I'll be annoyed. And a normal person would just be impressed. I wouldn't be impressed. I would just be annoyed. What am I doing? Why did I create this awful pin? I know, Rook B1 will fix it. Yes, any grandmaster in this position would play Rook B1. You know why? Because if you don't, the Rook will still be on A1. That's the reason. 0 out of 0 grandmasters have already played this move in this position. Trust me. So I'm going to take this pawn for free, and I'm going to confide in you guys that... Never mind, I'm not going to confide in you. It's way too dangerous to confide on the internet, because this is being recorded, actually, and if the government finds out, they can watch it. So watch out. And there's a fine line between watching this video and being a watcher of ChessWhiz. Okay, what are you doing? You're moving your queen like this. That's totally legal. But what's the point? Like, are you gonna, whoa, amazing, you captured my pawn? Yeah, that could be the strat. You know, queens are so bad, maybe you want to lose your queen for my pawn. I'm gonna close this diagonal down. Oh boy, you've traded your queen for a knight. Oh, why didn't he take my rook for free? Because I can't recapture. Because queens don't capture straight. Get out, queen, get away. That was exciting. I saved my rook. Whoa. My queen's awful. Maybe he should have traded it for a knight. Maybe a knight is better than a queen. I don't think so. Let's close this up some more. I like having his bishop really bad. It's kind of a loser bishop. This pawn, how do I defend it? Maybe knight here. Nope, got a problem there. Maybe g3. I don't really like the pawn structure after g3. It's too good on black squares. Too bad on light squares. This position's not very good for queens, but I could move here after I trade here. Yeah. Great play, Chess Whiz. And now you can play this. What do you think? Queen for a rook? He did queen for a knight, so I'll be ahead of the exchange. I think I should do it because being ahead of the exchange, that equals winning. So we haven't really explored this variant at all. It's so sad. In each game, there was some obvious thing that prevented this game from actually, living out its full variant potential. It just degraded into a boring chess game. With the possible exception of where I was ahead of knight and then I gave him some rook for queen, whatever. Yeah, that's not even a possible exception. It's an impossible exception. It's what a sad, sad day. We didn't really truly explore this variant. Well, we'll make it better with next episode's variant. We're going to play horse racing chess, which I've totally made up. It's not even from a viewer, so it's that much better than anything that you've ever heard of before. Where if you get your knight to the end of the board, the back rank here, one of these squares, the blue or red squares, I just wanted to give you a little bit of variety in your color there, then you win the game. We're going to play a variant where you win the game if you get your knights like this. Insta win. Is that going to be fun? I don't know. We'll have to try it and find out. So now I'm ahead 2 exchanges. That's a lot of exchanges. And it's just chess, so yeah, I think maybe he should resign. Did I miss a checkmate? My life is so awesome. I constantly miss checkmates. Because there's just so many of them. Look at that. I missed a free knight. Kaffer John, he says, I haven't seen you in ages, Chess Whiz. And then he does this, which is one of my favorite expressions. Kaffer, I actually think that it's I who haven't seen you in ages. I think your perception of reality is mixed up. Because I'm not you, I'm me. How could you get that confused? Checkmate Jimmy X. Let's play Chess Crusher. I know we only have like half a second for the rest of the episode, but let's do it. I would love to play one more of this weird variant. Chess Crusher, do you agree? I'm so glad you've joined us, Kaffer. I've been here the whole time. I've been broadcasting twice a week for minutes and minutes at a time, and you didn't show up, so I'm really glad you're back. He says, okay, EEE, so he's not a Russian hacker. He's actually Siberian. This is much, much more trustworthy. You have to make a move, though. I mean, it's your turn, so. Waiting. I just love my viewers. They ask such interesting questions like, do you have asthma? That was actually one of the less interesting questions I received, but I did receive it just right now from Snout, who probably has asthma. But the answer is no, I don't have asthma. Isn't that exciting? I mean, if you go online and watch Chess with TV, you know what you can do? You can learn if a random guy on the internet has asthma. You could not do that without the power of technology. Wow. I'm so glad you've learned I don't have asthma. What an exciting revelation. I try to drink away from the microphone now. Ever since I got that commenter who said I drink loud, that really hurt my feelings, commenter. It was so bad I've even forgotten when you said it or who you were or anything. I forgot everything except that it hurt my feelings, and so Now I drink loud far away from you. Thanks a lot. Chess Crusher 12 says, lol the chat on your channel. Lol the chat. You notice how this has just like become a word in the English language? It makes a lot more sense if you think of it standing for lots of love, which, by the way, it does. LOL stands for lots of love. If you don't believe me, look it up. And then you should continue to believe me no matter what you see, because that's the way that Republicans live their lives. Lol the chat on your channel means you're watching on YouTube right now and you're missing half the show. Next episode, it's live at twitch.tv/chesswiz at 4 p.m. GMT. Do the math, fine, don't. It's 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern on Tuesday and Saturday. So you need to tune into the live show so that you can actually see Lol the chat. You are really missing out. Now I'm going to read it to you. It says, maybe you don't have asthma, but you have a huge glass. Okay, don't watch. You're not missing anything. I mean, I read that and I didn't even laugh until I realized that it was dumb. And then I laughed. It's a two-step process. I thought queen was supposed to only move like a rook. Am I cheating? Are we both cheating? Okay, so there's another special rule on ChessWiz TV. I forgot to mention this rule, but it's if you cheat and they don't notice, then that's allowed. That's an important ChessWiz TV rule, and it applies to every game that we play, even Syzygy, which we've never played on ChessWiz TV, but you should try it. It's exactly like Bananagrams. The only difference is it's spelled with a bunch of Y's and Z's and G's. Other than that, it's the same. It's actually true. I'm saying something true right now. It's very rare. Nope, you can't do that. I noticed you're cheating. LOL means I get your bishop. Remember the rules? Remember the rules? I like to remind people of the rules when they're in my favor, and then when I'm like, oh, that rule would be bad for me, suddenly I've forgotten. Oh, that's just bad luck, you know. I forgot. Common problem. Oh, look, you can't take my knight. That's really bad luck for you. Oh, cheese crusher. He asked for his own take back. That's more like it. I get people trained to punish themselves for their mistakes. Saves me a lot of time. You know, humans are like that. They point out the rules when they are in their favor. Nobody's like, oh, great, I stole this cheese from this grocery store. You know what I need to do? Go to the police and turn myself in for this cheese. No. I've never done that, the turning in part. I've definitely stolen cheese from the grocery store. You want to know what I did? I went back to the grocery store just a few short months later, and I said, oh no, I can't recapture. And they said, what in the world? What are you talking about, man? I said, no, I'm actually broadcasting myself on the internet, and I'm playing chess. And they're like, no, you're not. You're standing right in front of me. Oh, my rook. And they're like, what in the world? Are you drunk? And I'm like, no, it's chess. And they're like, get out. So then I said, I stole some cheese 3 months ago. So I'm buying some identical cheese right now. Would you please just, oh, it's a free queen. And he's like, it's like, what are you on? Man, I need to get me some of that because this job is horrible. Most checkers, and what I mean by that is people who play checkers, they wish they could get a different job because they're just sitting there all day. Look at that diagonal check, diagonal rook. This is great. They just want to live life in a way that doesn't involve dealing with the public. But unfortunately for them, they're checking it. He offers a draw. I'm not going to accept that draw. So I say, why don't you just scan this cheese twice? Because once is not enough, because 3 months ago, I stole the cheese. And you know what they did? They were like, that is so boring. I can't believe you said that. And they scanned it twice. Thanks for the free time. They scanned it twice. So I was charged for 2 cheeses, and I only bought one. Oh, you see what I did there? I only bought one of them. And so I actually paid back the cheese by buying twice as many cheeses as I received. But the point of the story is that this person who, oh, you're out of time, cheese crusher, who did this, they couldn't have cared less. And I'd like to point out that it's not that they could have cared less, it's they couldn't have cared less. I could tell because I looked in their eyes and their caring level was at the minimum, the absolute minimum, which is a psychological term meaning they were paying no attention to me. They didn't care. You know why? Because it wasn't their cheese. They were being paid to charge me for cheese, and they didn't care whether I was paying for the cheese or not, which is kind of depressing. So let's just end the show there. Everything's kind of depressing right now, but at least I only stole cheese for 3 months. It's a true story. They all are true stories. Even the stories that aren't true. So, next episode, yes, we're going to play horse racing chess. Don't miss it. This has been ChessWiz TV. Thanks for watching. Okay, so I press Alt-Z to switch to the screen that is goodbye, right? But look at this keyboard. After I show you this keyboard, you're going to believe going to believe me when the cord is stuck. Okay, I'm just going to bring it up like this. You can't see it. Okay, so the keyboard cord is at a minimum. But look at this. This is my keyboard. Okay, do you see anything wrong with this keyboard? Like, for example, keycaps. There aren't any. Well, there are caps, but there's no, like, inscription on them. Like, this is my keyboard. So this is why I can never end the show. So I look down, and I'm like, oh, great. A bunch of keys. I don't know what they do. And then I'm like, okay, where's my Alt key? It's somewhere in this area. And then I have to press Alt-Z to end the show. And I can't find it. So what I actually pressed there was page up X. Page up. Alt is next to page up on this thing. It's so confusing, which is the way I like it. This has been Chess with TV. Thanks for watching.